You get a box this big in the mail, this can only be one thing. And I didn't think it was going to be this big. Hopefully it is. Batplane, Batman animated. Let's get it open. Alright, got it out of that big brown box, and inside that was a big red and black box. And then you clip these wings on it, and this thing just keeps growing. I got the landing gear down, so I'll kind of show you how it sits on the landing gear. Sits off the ground pretty good. The landing gear, I'll show you that later, but it rolls. The wheels work really good on it. Let me show you inside the cockpit. I already put the batteries in it. It just has an on and off switch on the bottom. But this thing fully lights up. Looks like Christmas inside. It also has this shield on the back. Just kind of a bonus. I don't think anybody's ever going to use that piece, because when you take that off, the back cockpit is also lit up. So they really did a great job. I mean, it looks like Christmas in there. Let me walk you through it. Okay, so you can kind of see how big it is, and it's massive. It's like, it's big. You know what, it's probably even bigger than the big Millennium Falcon that we have. So how it works, this thing just slides shut. I mean, it's cool open, cool shut either way. The wheels, these little flaps flip up. And then they just fold inside there. I actually like the wheels out because that's how I'm gonna display it. So same thing here, the front one, this compartment just slides forward. It does have that grappling hook on it. You gotta open this flap here. And there it is there, it kind of pops out a little bit. It just kind of dangles there. I mean, this is really my only complaint about this thing, is it doesn't really have much. I mean, it opens and closes, so you can probably grab a figure, but that's the only thing that's really not impressive about this toy. Everything about it is pretty impressive. But there it is. I mean, it's Batman animated perfection right there. And the size is just unbelievable. Like, you have this, and then you're like, great, I got it, I love it, now where do I put it? Let's do some comparisons. Okay, here we go for kind of a size comparison. Here it is with the old Batwing, which I actually think this is still an amazing toy. It doesn't have the size, but back then you weren't really expecting that. And the hook is actually a lot cooler because it has this mechanism on it, and it can actually like clip shut, so that's really cool. It's big and bulky, and I know the Batman animated line, they're really focusing on looks, which is definitely something I can appreciate. And if you're like me and you're just too stubborn, or you felt like you're getting ripped off because you bought Batman and Robin, and then right after you bought them they made the soft goods one as far as it'll fit in the cockpit, well, just for you don't have to buy them, because I'm still holding strong. These actually fit in the cockpit just fine. You just fold the cape up in there, you don't even have to take it off, they fit right in. So I'm still holding strong. I'm not buying that soft good cape, but I do want that light. So hopefully they'll sell that bat signal light separate, and then maybe I'll get it. But here's the back of it, lights up. The Batmobile is definitely a little bit cooler than the back end of it, with all the turbo lights and all the brake lights. Just in case you haven't seen it before, here's the cockpit of the Batmobile. Let me do a couple other like price comparisons. Okay, here's another little quick comparison for you. The Batplane and then the Bat from the movie. They're basically about the same size. You can kind of see them down there together. Now I know that they're not really comparable toys, But just for a price point, here's the Bat from the movie. That's a $700 toy, and it also lights up, and that's pretty cool. It comes with 2 figures. Comes with the bomb. Those propellers turn. My battery just went dead because I always forget to turn it off. So that toy there, that's like, it feels so fragile, like you're afraid to touch it. You really can't play with it. So it's kind of like just something to look at, really cool. This one, however, like if I wanted to, you know, run around my toy room and act crazy, make that thing fly, this is a toy that I could actually play with. But for $700 to $150, I mean, I think you're really getting your money's worth on this toy. Okay, this will be my last comparison. I got it sitting on my canteen over here just where you can kind of see the size. Next to the big Millennium Falcon, Batwing, $150. Millennium Falcon, that was $150. That's really not even comparable. This Millennium Falcon might be one of the best toys I own. Tons of action, lights, makes sound, it talks. You can put tons of figures in it. $150. I mean, you might even have got one on clearance. I wish I would have bought 2 of these just because they're so amazing. And I don't know, the days of getting toys like this with that quality at that price, those might be over. So now this is what $150 looks like, and I still feel like I got my money's worth. Okay, so I had to do some moving around in the toy room to find a place for this to fit. I got it on my middle shelf right here. It hangs over quite a ways, but I think that looks pretty cool. I got it set up on the landing gear. Had to move some of my DC collectibles up here on the top shelf as they were down there on the bottom shelf, and I went ahead and had to bump my icons up. So either way, here's my Batman animated collection, and it's coming right along. And with these big vehicles, it really makes for a cool set of toys. Thanks for watching.